And hello everyone, welcome to Rip and Tears Day. Let's jump straight into it. Getting back to the, I think I've only got this one and one more maybe to do. Let's have a look. Available, yes I know, I pressed it. Deathless, oh wait. Let's actually look at it installed. Yeah, on the last one. So once we get done with this, we're going to Doom 2. How long is Doom 1? To be fair, I've finished Doom 1, I'm doing multiple add-on packs for it. So hopefully this will now be the last of them. I can't actually remember if I was, episode 1 mission 3, that looks about right. Yeah. Yeah, this looks about right. Okay, cool. Oh, the audio delay on that. This, then Doom 2. Yep. Finish this map pack and then we're on to Doom 2. Hopefully, fingers firmly crossed, we'll get there this stream. But that's, all going to be depending on how cooperative this map pack's willing to be. Oh! Oh, you... I dislike your existence. I have no idea where that came from at all. Hope there isn't 4 pounds and 2 brain poise. Oh, I really hope not. So far, this mod seems to be a little gentler than Deathless. Deathless was just nuts. And I mean that wholly in the fact that there is actually a mod called Nuts. And it actually lives up to its name of just being crazy. It is the nigh impossible slaughter map to end all slaughter maps. In fact, actually, it might be one of the ones that started the whole slaughter map thing. Well, I can't get in there. I mean, this would be something I could easily just breeze through the entirety of the map if I had no clip. Just run straight forward. Like that. There we go. Beat the part-time. Beat part-time by a near impossible margin. Can't tell if your thing is janky or if it's Twitch or something else. It looks to be Twitch. Or it could be OBS. OBS is actually doing that weird thing again. The thing is I'd actually, done the whole thing with the Elgato again, just to rectify it, so maybe I actually need to do it again. Let me just clear these guys. Right, let's try it again. Close some tabs and we'll find out. Oh, Mal. Oh, going for the jugular there. Right. No device? Well, of course there isn't. Oh, that messed up with me. That just, flicked me back to having 2 monitors rather than 1. Okay. See if that works. Well, it's shown up for my thing. One moment, please. I'm going to go with... It's not actually going to... Although, to be fair, I wonder if I could achieve the same effect just by deactivating then reactivating the Elgato without actually removing the USB plug every time. Okay, there we go. Stuff is back. Remind me later. Elgato keeps telling me, you need to upgrade. It's like, I tried last time and you said, nah, I can't do it. Right. Okay, how's it going now? Let's see. Fluid. Looks fluid on my end. Okay. If it's still janky on your end, 10, and I'm sorry, but you need to close some tabs. The only thing that should be janky now is the fact that the audio doesn't match up because, hey. Yep, looks good now. Good. Oh. Is my aim veering off to the left slightly or something? Because I fired to the left of the zombie man, and then when I tried to shoot the imp, I killed the zombie man. Oh, the audio delay really gets to me on something like this. I mean, you know, it's not unworkable. It's just hilarious that by the time that I hear something, it's already affected me. Like, if I hear a fireball, it's already gone by. What do you mean by aim? The bullets curve through space-time while they're kind of centered. That's true. You know, the people in Wanted wish they could get to this level of bullet bending. Oh, really? You're putting me in a pitch black room with imps and an audio delay. It's almost like they know that I've got this handicap that I'm playing with, sadists. Oh, I don't want to go in there. Not while I've got no lighting. Oh, Jesus. No. Oh, what the? Oh, no! Let me get out of here. That's better. I can at least, you know, see to get... Is that me or that zombie man was remarkably well camouflaged against that wall? You might have to leave before the stream ends though, because your sleep quality is non-existent tonight, so you're struggling a bit. That's completely fine. I mean, this stream is only 2 hours long, so if that will help, then, you know, completely fine, and stick around. But if you do need to duck out earlier, I will not hold it against you. I promise. Maybe. Ah. Actually, let me pick that card up. Oh! I'm sorry, did that just turn the lights on? All throughout this thing? Oh, I really hope so. After playing so much Doomiverse 2, you can really appreciate how streamer-friendly Borderlands 3 is. Yeah. Oh, nuts. Nope, hasn't turned on the lighting for this area. It's through here, though. Oh! Well, it's worth it. Moto says, you know, I will always emoto as hard as I possibly can, but when your body and brain agree for once they gotta rest, I might have the strength to fight it. Yeah, I wholly understand that. It won't be held against you if you do need to go. It will always be appreciated as for staying as long as you can, really. As far as you know, there's no blocked scenes, and it has the Twitch integrations. I would say the Twitch integrations alone would mean they would have no blocked scenes, because that just harms stream quality, and why would they want to do anything that harms stream quality in a game that's got Twitch integrations? That would make no sense. But hey, we have seen places do things that make no sense before. Why can't I see that place that's got the 3 key cards on screen? Oh yes, I can. I just wasn't in the exact right area for the automap to display it. So the Twitch integrations aren't free. Chat has to donate and pay bits to do stuff. Oh, that's nasty. Which means it's basically only subscribers. So basically, you have to be an affiliate to make use of that. Because if you're not an affiliate or better, you can't actually do anything. At least partner. No, affiliate. Partner is above affiliate. Affiliate is what you need to be if for just people to subscribe to you and donate bits. Partner, I actually don't know what others it gives you. You got them mixed up? There. And thank you for the host, Ed. And welcome along to Rip and Tears Day for hopefully the end of Doom 1 and all the little add-ons that come with the PS4 version of Final Doom. I suppose it technically is Final Doom. I mean, I can't seem to just find just Doom 1 in the Twitch thing, so maybe it is. Should probably actually use that chain gun. Doom 1 is longer than Doom 3 with DLCs. I know, right? I mean, to be fair though, most of the DLCs that are coming in this are all emulating the length of the Doom 1 experience. So every one of these map packs is like 4 episodes long, which puts them at between 32 and 36 levels in total. Actually, I don't know how long this has been lasting. I mean, I know that we migrated to Doom 1 during the 7th session of Doom 3. That was the 7th session of Doom 3 was when I finished Doom 3 completely with all the DLCs. And then we moved on to this. I have no idea what session number this one is though. I'm doing really well, thank you, Ed. I always appreciate getting to stream Rip and Tear's Day. Even thinking a little bit towards the future of this, because as much as I hate to admit it, excuse me, the Doom series is going to end at some point, because there's only so much content that you can put out there with. Oh, there's a crack demon. There's a crack demon behind me. When the games end at Doom Eternal, and I only have actually no. There's still a fair few titles in the series yet. There's Doom 1 still to finish. Then we've got Doom 2, Doom 64, then Doom 2016, and then Eternal. No, you missed out. Doom 64. There, Mal. Like, to be fair, it's easily missable because it doesn't really get much. It doesn't get much popularity. Yes, I'm doing it as well because when I pre-ordered Doom Eternal, it came with a free copy of Doom 64 included. I was like, okay, I am not going to complain. It also helps because I've never actually properly played Doom 64. Like, I owned an N64. I owned all the things that you need to play Doom 64. I just never bought it because at the time I was like, but I've played Doom 1 and Doom 2 all the, and I've, played them all thoroughly. Why would I want it again for the N64? Not realising it's actually a completely new game. So, yeah, I missed out on that experience. But hey, that just means that everyone here gets to see me play Doom 2016 instead. 64. I'm sorry, I'm also slightly trying to navigate to try and find where on earth I'm supposed to go after pressing that button. Because I do not know. This looks vaguely promising. I don't know. Rather be given a free, lesser-known game as a pre-order bonus than some canvas bag and a helmet. Same. I will always be an advocate of pre-order bonuses should be something that adds to the game, rather than memorabilia. But I know people who prefer memorabilia and people who really like memorabilia. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing against them. I like my pre-order bonus to have what I feel to be some sort of substance, and I don't consider that to be substance. I'd rather pay the extra money for memorabilia, because then it's my conscious choice to get the memorabilia, because it's then further supporting a game that I already love. Art books I let slide because art books are cool. That's true. I mean, that's technically that's part of the game. I mean, for a slice of memorabilia that I bought that I actually like. In fact, you can actually see it on my face cam. Just there. Bring those up close into focus. Yeah. Set of 2 Doom shotgun shell shot glasses. I bought 2 boxes of those because they're just insanely cool. I really like them. And that was also what I was drinking from on the Sekiro playthrough when I was, well, on the last video where I was taking a shot of cider every single time I died. Seeing the process of character design, the notes, etc. Yeah. Getting a bonus that shows you how the game came to be, I'll accept, because there are some games where, I will quite happily drop the money, get that bit extra, and learn more about the game and what the developers were wanting and how they established it and made it happen. And what their vision was. That kind of stuff can be really interesting. Oh, it's a crucifix. I'm somewhat wondering, what that button actually did, because I can't see it so far. Mal has the free art book for Helltaker. It has less than the paid version on Steam. That's understandable, as it still has a lot contained in it, including a pancake recipe. At least they fully embrace what they're doing with that. I think the only thing that I've got within memory, that came with a huge amount of goodies that I really, really liked and appreciated, was Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. That was a very good chunk of DLC. Well, not DLC, but pre-order bonuses. It came in a very large book, essentially, that had the art book and a soundtrack CD, and also a magnetic purity seal, all included. I actually cannot see what that switch has done. I'm starting to think that I may have missed something in the area where the switch was pressed. If that's the case, then oops. Ow! What the frick is shooting me? Okay. As far as game merch goes, you have an Oscar vinyl from Gears of War. Nice. And it's just fascinating by the conversation about pre-orders, so you still went quiet. That's completely fine. Yeah, it takes a certain sort of thing for me to be incentivized to pre-order a game. Mostly because I generally don't have a lot of money, so I most of the time can't afford to pay full price for a game. But there are times when a game is sufficiently hyped up to the point where it seems like it's something that I would definitely want, and I will treat myself to pre-ordering it. And when that happens, I try to avoid falling into the trap that I usually do of basically getting a new game, playing it for an hour or so, and then putting it on my game shelf, saying, I'll go back to that later. Later happens to be several months after that. I at the very least, avoided doing that with Doom Eternal. I pre-ordered that. The day it arrived, I just streamed it. And I just in a whole week, maybe 7 sessions, I think. Yeah, I just streamed it and finished it. Why is it showing me that as if there's something I've now done to open that up? Yeah. Mal's never pre-ordered for financial reasons, same as me. Because if it's like AAA, they don't really need the pre-order money. But if it's an indie company, or a company I know is good but is under the thumb of a AAA titan, I'll say its pre-order is worth it. Yeah. I did... well, there's actually a small handful of companies that I will quite happily support with pre-orders if I can afford it at the time. Why aren't you opening? Can I get the feeling? Well, at least that happens. Did I just see? No. Nah. Yeah, there's a couple of companies that I will sort the pre-order if I can. Obsidian are one. In Exile Entertainment are another. id Software. I have to say, I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know if I would pre-order another id Software game, because I very much did not get along with Doom Eternal. Not to say that Doom Eternal was bad. It's just it wasn't good for me. Like, it was Doom. It was really, really. It was a really good Doom game. It just wasn't as good for me personally as Doom 2016 was, which I've said many times. I've probably said it till I go, till I lose my voice. But yeah, I had not even seen this. I don't think. Oh, no, I had. I'm just. I don't know. Perfect example would be id Software under the Bethesda rule, but a really good company. Yeah, true. I'd say that's more of a personal thing. id games, from your knowledge, tend to be good, barring 3. The Wolfenstein games are also hit and miss. Wolfenstein is a series that id seem to very much struggle with, because old Doom 3, yes, that's very true. Oh, what? There was no blue key. Is Wolfenstein id? Yes. Well, originally it was id. I don't know if it still is. Like, even Wolfenstein 2 still carries the id name, but it's developed mainly by Machine Games. But I'm completely unaware as to whether id Software are still involved in the development of it. But Wolfenstein has always been one of their IPs. Wolfenstein was purely Bethesda? Nope. Nope. Wolfenstein 3D, the very first one, was made by id. Am still here listening? That's fine. Wolfenstein 3D was made by id, pre-Doom. They then went on to make Doom, but they've always held on to owning the Wolfenstein IP. I just realised something else. Let's go back here. Save the game. But yeah, the Wolfenstein series has always been very hit and miss. Like the original Wolfenstein 3D, fantastic, brilliant game, absolutely amazing. Because grandfather of all first-person shooters. Wow, that's debatable as to which is the actual grandfather, but you get the idea. It was part of the history of the origins of first-person shooters, and it predates Doom. Then Wolfenstein kind of went quiet, and then you got the one of debatable goodness, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, which came from around about the era after Quake. I think it was about around the area of Quake 3. That sort of time was when we got Return to Castle Wolfenstein. And it was mixed, we'll say. It was still a good game. It was still very much Wolfenstein. It was trying to be its own thing when the world is already set on what a first-person shooter is, and they're comparing it to Doom. Which, you really shouldn't compare Doom and Wolfenstein, even though they're from the same developer. Or the same owner of the IP. It's just... But it's also hard not to. Oh, we got one from Ed here. Let me just clear these troublesome spectres. Oh, more. Just as soon as I clear this one out, more come out of the woodwork. Ed really doesn't pre-order at all because your view is that you'll never know if the game will be good or not, good or bad till it releases. You don't know why, you just have a really pessimistic side where any hype game you tend to automatically try to separate yourself from it on an off chance. It gets overhyped, and in some cases people have tried to say you were wrong doing so, and then when the game comes out at release, it turns out bad. Fallout 76 and No Man's Sky are examples of this. That's very true, yes. A lot of the time, generally I won't go for pre-orders of the, absolute top-of-the-range AAA games, because of a few things, like as Mal said quite rightly, the AAA developers don't always need the pre-order money. Like, a company like id, debatable, it probably does, because they're in a bit of a weird state. Like, they should have a lot more money and a lot more resources than they do, but they get shafted quite a bit on that front. So they don't really have access to everything they kind of want. But in general, okay. In general, if it is a game that I've looked into and it's felt like it's worth the hype to me, then yeah, I'll give it a chance. I'll pre-order it. Let me think. I'm trying to think of the last thing I actually did pre-order that wasn't Doom Eternal. I'm not really even sure that I actually pre-ordered anything since Doom Eternal, because again, money. No, I really can't remember, actually. I honestly cannot remember my most recent pre-order aside from Doom Eternal. Which, goes to show just about how often I also pre-order. But, as Mal said as well before, it's also very largely down to financial reasons. I've got, very little in the way of disposable income, so I have to be very, very certain that the game that I'm going for, I am sure that I want. I'm trying to think of an example of anything that I am considering pre-ordering. Actually, okay, there was one. Other Side. Other Side came out, like, technically midnight just gone. And honestly, I was wanting to pre-order it. I just, did not have the money, because it's turned out to be really, really amazing. I watched one of the developers streaming it just before the release, and I really loved it to the fact that I really want to own it. But money's a thing. Mal is hyped for one game, Ultra Kill. Been playing the demo more, and good lord, you just love it. Seeing all the stuff they're doing, all the speedruns people are doing, it's just awesome. Yep. One game that I'm definitely hyped for, actually, System Shock. The remake of System Shock. That has drawn a lot of doubt from people, understandably so, because that game came out in, like, 1994. Like, it was alongside around, like, the Doom era. And when you leave a game that long, not always a good idea to reboot it. But the studio that is doing it is not the original studio. It's not Looking Glass Studios. And they actually, it seems to be basically a competent fan-made project. But also, yeah, I can get why people might not be too willing to put money into it yet. But I played the demo that was released, and honestly, it feels like they've basically taken everything that was System Shock, all the ideas of it and all the feeling of it, basically the feel of the first game, and they have modernized it. And it's definitely what I would call a remaster, a very high quality remaster. rather than a remake. Because even though the game has actually basically been remade from the ground up, it is still essentially the same game. It's still System Shock 1. At the end of the day, it's not going to be anything but System Shock 1 with improvements all around. Mal's not even very hyped or even excited for anything shown in the Sony and Microsoft showcases. I am excited for two things that come to mind. The Outer Worlds DLC and Demon's Souls remake. They're not bad games, nothing caught your fancy. Yeah, that's pretty much where it is for me. Like, yeah, those two games as well. Oh, you know, I like them, but don't know if I'm going to, be the sort of level that I'll go out and shell massive amounts on a pre-order. Let's see. Ed only really pre-orders wrestling games, but even then, it's only because you feel like the amount of wrestling games that you've played, you can review them, which you do. Also, tends to be your month late birthday present. Even then, you don't pre-order 2K20, or even bought the deluxe edition, and just so glad as it's the equivalent of drinking bleach. Literally, but it's really bad. I've heard a lot of bad things about it. Like, I played a SmackDown game several years ago on the PlayStation 2. I want to say it's Here Comes the Pain, but at the same time, I don't think it was that one. It might have been... I don't know. Also, Jesus Christ, Microsoft, that Halo showcase, good lord. Halo, in my opinion, is probably the most overhyped franchise in existence. Like, I've played almost all the Halo games. I don't like them. The first, actually, to be fair, the first Halo game, yeah, I'll give it, that was good. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't, as incredible as all the reviews and that say it is, but it was good. And all the Halo games after that are just, no, not great. The older ones are way better. The older one is way better in my opinion. I don't like Halo 2. Or any of the other ones afterwards. And Hyper Pure Nostalgia. If it's SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, that's the best one pack for just having fun. It might have been. I'm fairly certain it's either Here Comes the Pain or it was another one that was released around the same time. But I can't remember what it was. And it's actually getting to the point where I just want to, pause and do a quick Google and find out what it actually is. Oh, what the? Oh, of course. Just, ambush me with imps and zombies from behind. Wonderful. Will you stop that, Mr. Imp? Bad. Firing my curving upward bullets at you. Grab all this. Oh, yeah. Oh, and a cacodemon. I am not fighting a cacodemon whilst I'm on a little thin bridge like that. I'll fight a cacodemon whilst I'm like this, completely happy. Anything else? Nah. But yeah, 2K20, you do your show on there, but it's the only reason you play it. That's wholly fair. I mean, it does help to have the best material, the best tools available to you, but at the same time, you gotta know when the game is just bad. And if you're acknowledging of it, well, that's fine. If you're acknowledging the game's bad, no harm, no foul. Oh, no, it's not. And if I didn't have a character that you only get on that game, you would have gone 2K19. I have heard a lot of people say that 2K19 is the better of the two. But it honestly has been such a very vastly long time since I've played any wrestling game. Or even had anything to do with watching wrestling, for that matter. I'm still salty about all the stuff involving The Undertaker. And I've never wanted to watch wrestling after that. I just know this is going to annoy me now. That's the exit door. The exit door! Yay! We're almost out. Although I have to say, these missions are taking a lot longer than than the Deathless ones were. But the Deathless ones were just enemy spam, and it was just making it ridiculously challenging just for the sake of, oh look, enemies. That was meant to be done in 7 minutes. I took twice that long. So, worst thing is when you buy a game and it turns out bad because now you have a financial investment in it and it feels like a waste. This is the main reason why you buy second-hand or massive deals, because even ignoring financial reasons, I don't feel like compelled to play a game because I spent £60 on it. Yeah, I fully agree with you on that one. Which is why I try to always discipline myself of like, yes, this game has just come out and it looks amazing, but it's £40 plus. It will go on sale. I do have other games to play. Just need to give it some time. Mostly, can't just say the aiming in this is it's screwing with your brain. Yeah, I'm moving gun, homing bullets. Yep, it's what they tried to do when mouse look had not been conceptualized, and they wanted to do maps and stuff with some verticality to it. Which gets improved if you use modded Doom on the PC, because then you get mouse look and looking in, full 3D. Obviously, introducing first-person, modern first-person aspect into the old Doom makes them kind of trivial at times. Try not to talk about it, and you're a huge wrestling nerd, so that's why you talk about those games. I've got no problem with you talking about it. It's just, the live stuff I kind of fell out of love for. Also, it's like I was mainly watching it back when I was with my ex, and it was with her friends, and kind of drags back to those times when that was a much better use of my time, but also it links to time I spent with her, and it kind of slightly tainted memories as a result. But like in other games, I can actually follow along and see what Onisamu is actually aiming at. But with this, it's like, if it's remotely in the center of the screen and I'm firing, I'm trying to aim at that basically. Believe me, it's also very weird to push up and down on the. I'm sorry, what was that? That was a little cheap. Pressing up and down on the right stick and nothing actually happening. So if I go up now. Fair. Like I say, I've got no problem with people enjoying the hobby or even talking about it. One of my really close friends is a massive wrestling enthusiast, and it's awesome. It's an awesome thing. It's just it's not for me sort of thing. Because of also the fact that I can't keep up with it anymore, because not having a great deal of access to watching it. I mean, I've had the WWE Network shared with me, but also it's one of those things that you can't really background watch wrestling. You've got to be paying attention because, it's a physical sports match. You need to see what's going on. You can't just rely purely on commentation. And that's a slight barrier to me, because I very often prefer to have something on in the background whilst I'm playing a game. Oh, just come Always talk about wrestling though is really making me try and work out what the name of the SmackDown game is that I played. I'm very certain it's Here Comes the Pain, but there's a doubt in the back of my mind saying that Here Comes the Pain is one that I've heard about a lot in comparison to the one I played, but I just can't remember the title of the one I played. Commentators are a bit crap on WWE. Yeah, they are. Like, you know, watching the wrestling with the commentators actually doing their job, perfect, fine. I'm happy with that. I like that. I enjoy it. It's definitely a part of it. But for the sake of it being, you know, being able to just sit back and do audio only on the commentation, nah, you need to be watching it. You know what? Bear with me 2 seconds. I'm actually going to find this out. Yeah, it was Here Comes the Pain. It definitely was Here Comes the Pain that I played. The one that I hear it being compared to a lot from being around the same era was Just Bring It. But yeah, it was Here Comes the Pain. It's definitely, yeah, definitely a thing. So, see, with the commentators, like, the thing with being a commentator is, like, you're supposed to be commenting on what's going on in the sport itself, and, you know, providing a sort of partially a description of what's going on, and also partially a general reaction to what's going on. So that, you know, that's to me says, you know, that's what a commentator's job is. But at the same time, it's like, it's nice while watching wrestling to hear the commentators getting really into it, and it really heightens the experience and adds to the drama or the moment of what's going on. That I've got no actual problem with. It's just, if I'm sat there trying to just listen to it and not be able to watch it, then the commentators aren't... The commentating in wrestling is not suited for that sort of experiencing of it. And to be fair, you know, that's also partly down to the fact that I am trying to audio only something which is very visual and very physical. So, yeah, at the same time, it's like, well, yeah, of course it's going to be like that, because that's just how wrestling is. But now, whenever it comes to me watching something, I very rarely get the ability to watch things anymore. And that's mostly because I spend a lot of time just, you know, playing games. And if I'm going to be watching something at the same time, it's going to be in the background, or, you know, it's on my second monitor, so I can partially pay attention to it. So it needs to be either something I can 100% enjoy, as in 80 to 75% audio, or it needs to be something that I know so well that just the audio cues, I already can visualize what's going on. Like stuff that I've been watching, you know, over and over and over again since it was released, like Blackadder for example. I can quite happily watch Blackadder all day long because I know it. I know it's almost off by heart. Oh, sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Haha, that was worth it. Yeah, at least say what's going on in the match and the moves and what happens. Some commentators don't even commentate the match. Like, I found out one show was talking about what flavour Pringles they like and not the fucking match. What? Why? Why would you even do that? It's like that. Yeah, that's definitely, in my opinion, bad commentating. It's like, you're supposed to be involved in what's going there. If you're just talking about, you know, what flavour Pringles you like, it's like, okay, you might as well just tell everyone that you're not at all interested in what's going on in the match. But, you know, if it's your job to be interested and convey that interest and enthusiasm, then That's what you should be doing. So you at least pride yourself about talking about the match. Yeah, see, there you go. You can definitely claim to be a decent commentator in that respect. Oh, I'll be okay. We'll definitely say this about this map pack. It's more complicated and it's more puzzle based. And that's where the challenge of it comes. And I do like that. I'm quite happy with that. But at the same time, there is quite a hefty dose of, I don't know what to do. Sleepy Tumbleweed Moto is here. Oh, and there's a Cacodemon as well. Of course, there's a Cacodemon right there! Whoa! That wasn't nice. Where are the bullets coming from? You may not be professional, as you're just a dude talking about it, but at least you make an effort to research what the moves' names are and describe what's going on. Yeah, I mean, yeah. That's pretty much what you want from a commentator. And to be fair, commentators all had to start somewhere. It's not something that everyone can just, pick up and be amazing at. Just, I mean, I suppose in a way it's kind of like being a streamer. Except, being a streamer, you're actually also doing something on stream as well as commentating on it. But the skill set is at least fairly similar. Good AI, Borderlands 3, the thing you're meant to be killing just drove far away. Yeah, that sounds like a fair number of games that I've played. Even if you don't know what to say, you try to describe what it looks like. Yeah, that's, That's also another thing about commentating and also, again, streaming. Filling pauses with something that's watchable, because, you don't go to a Twitch stream to solely watch the game that's going on. I mean, well, most people don't. People usually go for the streamer themselves. And if the streamer is literally just sat there and not even talking, not interacting, it's like, it's not really streaming. It's basically you're playing a game and people are watching you play a game. It's not really streaming. Don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with that, because that was initially a sort of thing that I was going to try to do with my streams, because Callie, my fiance, who I have to reiterate the fact that today is actually my 3-year anniversary of being with her, and also my 2-year anniversary of being engaged to her. So happy about that. But the initial plan was that she loves watching me play games, but because there's an ocean in the way, she can't always watch me play games. So I was basically initially going to stream games that she wanted to watch. And I could play them, so she'd still get all the full benefit of watching and experiencing the game, but she wouldn't have to worry about oh, I'm gonna die. I am trapped between a Spectre and a Cacodemon. Oh, I'm on 2% health. Yeah, there's me dead. They're the reaction channels of streamers. Yeah, they are. And congratulations. Thank you for the congratulations. And Callie isn't here right now because it is currently lunchtime for her and she's at work. She's got pre-trial something, pre-trial consultations. The amount of legalese that I know now, thanks to Callie, is quite high. I still don't have a clue what most of it means, though. That was loud. That was loud. Was it just, the onset of death that happened? When you trapped it, you became very loud. Oh yeah, sorry about that. I was really surprised. And my microphone might be being a bit more sensitive than usual, I don't know why. No. Bad Pinky. And also I've probably been, no. Talking about a bit more of a, lower and more softer tone throughout this stream, because to be fair, at the end of the day, these streams are sort of my relaxation streams, because it's Doom. How can you mess up Doom? Well, I won't actually ask that seriously because Doom 3 exists. But, Doom doesn't make me mad. Apart from Deathless. Deathless made me annoyed because it was pointless, kind of. It's like I didn't really want to continue with it because it just felt like, why are you throwing why have you got such ridiculously large, long maps with a puzzle element and enemy spam? It was too much. And nah. But this so far I'm liking, even though if it really is expansive and puzzle filled, and in all honesty I don't even know if I'm going to be able to finish this and get onto Doom 2 this stream. I might even finish this episode by the end of the stream, because I'm thinking that this episode is going to take... I think this whole mod is actually going to take quite a bit of doing. Which... interesting. It's interesting to see. But I cannot wait till getting onto Doom 2. And then beyond, to be honest. But, that is just, so that I can, show more and different content to people, rather than the specific thing of, oh, I really wish I didn't have to play Doom 1 anymore. Because don't get me wrong, love Doom. Just, at the same time, I would like to go on to another game. And I realised I never actually got to say what my plan was for what I'm going to do at the end of the series. I just, I went off onto a tangent of how long the series is actually going to be. But the plan that I've come up with, I'm going to be very loosely calling it a plan because it's not much of a serious plan. Where did you come from? You weren't there last time. Pause to read the comments and catch up on chat. This is the One Piece of Doom 1 series. See you next time for episode 876. I know, right? Where's that Cacodemon? There he is! It says, anyway, could possibly talk a lot about commentating on wrestling, but you don't want to do just that. Or you don't want to just do that. That's fair. That's who went on to reword it. Honestly, I know how that feels. Sometimes, you know what you want to say, just for some weird reason your brain isn't processing on how you want to say it. But yeah, so for this, after I have done... Yes, what's up there? Actually getting up to around about the place I was. So after completing this series of getting to and finishing Doom Eternal, I have got... 2 options. Well, technically 3 options, really. I can go on to Doom Eternal's multiplayer, which I'm not so sure that I'll actually like because I've heard a lot of bad about it, and also it's multiplayer. There's the possibility of doing modded Doom, so basically switching to PC version Doom and Doom 2 and running the mods that I have on it to sort of like play through them and sort of showcase them off a bit, and you know, take inspiration from people who have played certain mods and want to, you know, show them off to me and say, yo, I like this mod I've heard about, it's really awesome, you should play it, and you know, I will check that and do so. The third option being, you know, after Doom Eternal, that's it, the Doomiverse is complete, no more Doom streams, which, you know, that's the technical option, because technically the option is always to finish the series, even though if I don't want to. Al says the commenting thing reminds him that he has to finish Shadow of War up so he can start the Saragosse Slaughter or whatever that map was chosen. Oh, nice. Backpack in there. I don't need the backpack so much. You know what you wanted to say, but it just didn't sound right. Yeah. You get that sort of like, you get the idea in your mind of exactly what you want to say, and then you just struggle to actually get it down in terms of words. Especially, you know, when you look at it, and every time you look at it, you're convinced like, oh my god, that sounds awful. Oh, this is the bit I didn't like. This is the place that basically threw. Yeah, there's a spectre. Yeah, I heard you. I see you are now. With obviously, there's going to be the generic thing that I feel like I have to say every time I talk about Doom mods. I am not doing that mod. Mal will know what mod I mean, and anyone who is familiar with the extent of modded Doom will probably also be able to figure out what mod I mean, but no, that particular mod is definitely going to be off limits, because it is definitely a complete and utter breach of Twitch terms and service, and YouTube as well. There you go. Mal already playing Devil's Advocate to try and get me to do it. Let's see, Motor says, unrelated note, German Twitter is now encouraging the joy of differentiated gendering in the language that uses gendered nouns, and tends to use masculine as default. The AFD, assholes against democracy basically, are making a big fuss about using gender neutral terms for groups of people, screams in non-binary. P.S. AFD means alternative for Deutschland, alternate for Germany, but shush. Fair. Do it on not a safe for work Discord server then. Oh, I mean, I could if you know, really, if that was really something that people would be interested in watching, but at the same time, like, I mean, to be fair, part of the fact of it is just, why is this even a thing? I have no idea what to do now. I have no idea what to do. Oh, no, I've got the red key. I can actually probably get to the exit now. That's to do with that. It does open, but I forget where it leads, and there's a yellow door there. So I probably now have everything I need to actually get to the exit. And apart from knowing where the exit is, or to be fair, the proper wording should be remembering where the exit is, because that I definitely don't know. Nope, that's a big circle. That door still won't open for some weird reason. Okay, so it's not there. Maybe towards the north of the map, maybe. Also, the other thing that is coming to mind as well is I have no idea whatsoever what I should replace Nier Automata with in terms of stream series, because to be honest, I've got quite a lot of games, but I can't really think of any that are, you know, stream worthy or that people are going to want to see. So I don't know. I'm kind of stuck for ideas. I mean, I had the idea of maybe playing I know what I wanted to say. My brain is just taking a while to process what the title is. Heavy Rain. I had the idea of streaming Heavy Rain and then following on from it Beyond Two Souls, but at the same time that falls into the pit of it's like it's kind of like, you know, The Last of Us. I don't know what I can really do in terms of commentating on it whilst I'm playing. It's like, oh, this is a thing, this is happening. I reacted to the thing that's happened, and now I'm just going to be sit here doing very little in the terms of interaction and commentating whilst waiting for the next big thing I can react to. Oh, I hate spectres. Really hate spectres. At least the discussion with regards to, you know, what to do for Doom streams after this is done has still got a while to go before that actually needs to be considered, because in all fairness, that's for when I finish Doom Eternal, which is still a fair few games away, so it's not really an urgent consideration. The one to replace Nier Automata, though, that's more of an urgent thing, because that needs to be... that's got like a week left until I need to actually figure out what I'm doing with it. Where did that come from? Oh, I'm leaving my health up. The other alternative is, you know, I could stream Assassin's Creed, but Assassin's Creed I feel does not work well for a stream, because there's going to be a lot of not actually progressing with anything in it, because especially with Black Flag, there's just so many side activities that I'll just get bogged down in doing side activities and then never actually get any progress done. Or this is going to be one of those things like, you know, 5 sessions later, we completed the next sequence. And why? Because Malk was doing side quests. And upgrading his ship. They might as well just scream at non-existence physics. That's fair. I mean, the alternative I could do with regards to Nier Automata, I could basically go back on... I could basically, in the background, in the next week, play on easy mode, get back up to that boss, and then restream it, and, you know, probably beat... I don't know, actually you can't beat the boss, because beating the boss triggers a cutscene, which is relevant to the story, so I kind of have to do the boss on stream. But yeah, I could basically redo Nier, get myself to that point on easy, and then go through it so that people still get to experience Nier Automata. Just, you know, just I don't think as it is currently in its present incarnation, I don't think it's got a future, because that boss battle last night, that just really destroyed my my desire to want to go through it all again, because that took seriously too long. How much did you miss? I don't know. What was the last thing that you saw, Ed? Are you talking about this stream, or are you talking about Oh, with Nia. Basically, there was a boss fight, and the boss spent like 80% of the fight not being able to be damaged because he just had an infinite shield up, and I couldn't do anything to break his shield. And if I stood still and waited, then just he lashed out with a spell and did huge amounts of damage to me, and his shield was still up, so there's not a whole lot I could have actually done to beat him. Stream delay in effect, yeah. So whenever someone says, what did I miss, I immediately think, oh, have has your stream crashed or something like that, and do I have to catch you up on what's been happening in the stream? Oh, jeez. No. Bad news. Take your headphones off, tell you when it's okay. It's okay. Someone type in chat that I stopped talking about the boss. Finally get the rocket launcher. It's only taken most of the episode. Welcome back. Yeah, sorry about that. As I was trying to describe it in a completely spoiler-free way, like just saying what the boss does. Yeah, and what annoyed me about the boss, rather than identifying it. I didn't identify the boss at all. I just, I didn't like what it did. And it made for a very boring boss encounter. You saw thumbs up, so it's all good. Okay, good. Oh! I think that's the first... Oh, that was a lot of damage. You just panicked. Yeah, like, I try to keep things as spoiler-free as possible, just in general. When I'm talking about things, because, I'm aware that there's generally people listening, and not everyone will have actually been privy to what is going to be going on in the future. I was like, oh shit, take off your headphones. Yeah, I can understand why that happens. Like, I will try, if I'm actually going to be doing something that is an unavoidable spoiler, I will try to identify it as such and give people time to mute the stream or what have they, how they would like to censor the spoiler thing. But for the most part, I will generally avoid dropping spoilers because unless it's for something like Doom. No one's going to care about spoilers for this because A, there's not really all that much to spoil, and B, the game is over 25 years old. So generally, I'm not a fan of people time gating spoilers, like the whole thing of like oh, a game or a series has been out for X amount of time. That means you don't get to claim not talking about spoilers. It's like everyone's got different situations which may have prevented them from seeing or experiencing the game or whatever at the pace they may have wanted to. So they're still behind. So it doesn't give people a free pass to just say, oh, here we go. Oh, you are kidding me. I hate pinkies. I really hate pinkies. I especially hate getting trapped between them. What was I talking about? Yeah. Not a fan of time gating spoilers. Like, it's completely fine if someone says I've started playing X game, but I'm aware it's old, so I can't claim spoilers. I'm fine with that. That's fine, because that's basically saying, you don't have to worry about censoring spoilers around me because I fully admit that, I've had plenty of time to catch up on this, and it's fine. But when you play a game that's it's maybe been out for a year or two. Not that much. And then the moment you announce that you say that you're playing it or something like that, spoilers just start coming at you left, right, and centre. And when you try to say, spoilers, the reaction generally tends to be, well, it's been out for X amount of time, so, you don't get to call spoilers, which that's not right to me. Like, prime example, Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight has not been out for that long in the grand scheme of things. Like, 2017, 2018, I think? So, 2 or 3 years. In my opinion, that's nowhere near long enough to claim immediate spoiler, to claim, that spoiler calls are immediately redundant because it's been out for a long time. Because, it's not been out for all that long in the grand scheme of things. But I announced somewhere, I was playing, I picked up Hollow Knight, I was starting to play it, and then just so many spoilers were getting dropped about it. I was like, so, okay, cool, I don't actually need to play the game anymore because I've just, had everything about the game spoiled for me. Cool. That combined with me not really gelling with the gameplay and not really enjoying it that much just led to me uninstalling it shortly after the first boss. But, I'm not too worried about the financial investment on that because I got it when it was on a massive sale and I spent like £5 on it if that. Like, for example, I know a friend of mine has not seen any of the MCU films. Well, not any of them, but has not seen a vast majority of them. As in, I think their experience is still on the first part of the saga. Like, I don't think they've actually seen Avengers Assemble, or they've seen to around about that stage. You could argue, the MCU has been out. The MCU has been out and finished for long enough to say, well, you don't get to really claim spoilers. But I'm not going to spoil all that because it's still worth the experience of, I've never experienced this before. I want to go in fresh. And it's like, it's just a weird thing as well. Like, I see people saying, like, Dark Souls is a very good example of it. If you say to someone, I'm picking up Dark Souls for the first time, people will generally, from my experience, seem to offer some help, but also say, this game is best played blind. And they, will keep spoilers to an absolute minimum. And that just doesn't seem to... I don't know, it doesn't seem to resonate with me. It's like, people will quite happily say, this game is best to be enjoyed with no prior knowledge of it, therefore I'm not going to give spoilers. Where my argument is more like, well, technically shouldn't everything be just better with no prior knowledge of it? That's kind of how things are crafted, is you go into them, and unless it's a sequel to something, you are assumed to not have pre-existing knowledge about it. You're not going in there with the expectation of someone has spoiled this whole thing for you, so you go for it. It's like, I don't know. I don't like spoilers. It's basically my thing. It's like, it's easy to accidentally give spoilers. I'll admit that. I've got no problem with that. Like, everyone makes mistakes and everyone trips over and, says something, and then someone else says, I actually haven't played it yet. At which point, oh, crap, sorry, that was a spoiler. Really sorry about that. No issue with that whatsoever. Because, that's human error. That happens to everyone. And, it's not intentional. It's not done with malice. But when it's like, I'm going to spoil this because it's been out for so long, so you don't deserve to have the completely fresh experience. That doesn't hold true with me. That's just no. Mal raising his hand is guilty of accidentally giving spoilers. That's true. Mal did accidentally spoil the ending of Far Cry 5. To be fair, it was a fairly major spoiler. It was a spoiler about the end of the game, but in Mal's defense, he didn't know that I had just recently picked up Far Cry 5, and I was still early game and I had no prior knowledge of it. So, you know, human error. It happens. No problem whatsoever. And when I mentioned it, Mal immediately, you know, apologised, and, you know, he felt pretty bad about it, as I recall. Like, you know, don't beat yourself up that much about it. But yeah, I hadn't previously said, I don't want spoilers or anything like that. I just said, so I made a comment about something that happened in Far Cry 3. Sorry, Far Cry 5. Oh, nuts! That's a lot of damage. No. Give me that friggin' med pack. Give me that rocket launcher. Fire. Die. Die. Die, 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 die. You still feel bad about it, what I mean? Honestly though, like with that actual instance, Mal, I'm really not annoyed about it, because it's not a game that I had a huge amount of emotional investment in. It was, it's there, it's a game, it's a thing. And to be fair, with other games that generally have much larger storyline spoilers, like a lot of reasonable people, you just you either say spoilers and you put it in those spoiler tags in Discord, or you just take it to a private conversation. Again, no problem with any of that. Motor says, I mean, I can only speak for myself and how I experience series and movies, in that you don't care about spoilers. Like, even if I know how something ends, if I'm interested on principle, I'll be able to enjoy it anyway. I got spoiled for the climactic finale of an anime, like full on saw the villain die and everything. I then watched the whole anime and enjoyed it anyways, because even though I knew which characters lived to the end, who the villain was and how he died, you still watched it. For you, it was interesting to see how the end happens, even if you know what the end is. Yeah, that's also very true. But at the same time, I like not knowing what's going to happen at all. I like going into it and finding it out, because my mind very much starts to really hyper-analyze stuff like that. Like, you tell me that X person dies, and I start thinking, okay, well here's what I already know about the series based on what I've seen and heard, so here is my complete rundown of how that's going to play out. I then sit down and watch the series like, yep, I was right. So why... At that point, for me that's definitely a personal, why am I bother watching the series if I've already, guessed the entire thing for it, based off, a spoiler and some stuff that I've watched. Moto analyzes stuff to death too, but that kind of sounds funny. I mean, fair. But, I'm still of the opinion that I like to be wowed and wondered, and, I like something that's, is meant to be a surprise to be a surprise. Oh, why does it? Why? Why strobe lighting and imps and fireballs? Why? Oh, I'm really disliking this now. I'm sorry, what? I heard a spectre. Why? That's sadism. I think if there was a spectre there, it's either it's dead or, Oh, really? More enemies. This one was actually invisible, Pinky. so glad. Nope, there's a Spectre. This map maker's really gone down in my estimations. I've just got Jacob's pistol that every bullet ricochets. Shield units, you mean nothing to me. Yep. That's a pretty nice gun though. Every bullet from it ricochets. Okay. Oh, there's a blue key. So hopefully, now I can just, you know, get out of here. Every bullet hits the enemy, you should clarify. That's what I thought, because I know that Jacobs has that thing of headshot bullets ricochet. But yeah, if every bullet that hits ricochets, that's really nice. Christ, no, if it's in sleep deprivation. I'm sorry, but like, honestly, if you need to go and sleep, go for it. I mean, I've still got another 40 minutes on this stream, or 39 technically, but still, you know what I mean. You don't wanna. I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do. I'm just going to say, yo, I won't mind if you do. Have I missed something? Have I missed something down in the yellow door? Something, you know, that's meant to get me across into there. Oh, it's not just every bullet. The bullet that hits splits into ricochet bullets. One bullet splits into throwing content. I don't split it, so it just fires that fast. I mean, to be fair, it could also be the same thing. See, people, that's how you be a good elder sibling. Don't abuse the I'm older, I know better, do as I say power. In my opinion, yeah, in my experience and opinion, the I'm older, do as I say, that doesn't carry much weight at all. Yeah, it carries weight in, you know, the thing of like, I'm older and I have done this before, so I have experience, so here's my take on what you should do based on my experience. That's, yeah, that's fine. That's legitimate use of what you have. But just automatically going because I say that, I just, yeah. Yeah, that's not fine. Thank you very much for pointing that out, Mal. And then also mod, yeah. Why on earth is thought auto done by moderation? All it stands for is that hoe over there. Even though, you know, it's one of those things where it's not really ever used in the context that it was first created. So I don't know. Alan, he must have complained. Oh. I'm so glad I'm not a large scale streamer. Don't have to watch what I say all that much, or what goes on in chat. I mean, you know, I'm very certain that a lot of stuff that I do and is done, it's not really gonna, you know, catch up on things because, hey, I'm not technically breaking any terms of service by doing so. So you know what? Don't care. What on earth is it making that noise for? Mal says, yeah, you're down, talker. What's she going to do? Throw your dog? She might. You never know, she might. Also says, I mean, my opinion on elder knowledge is shaky at best. Let's just look at that one time I talked to a guy who's twice your age out of impulse reacting and putting down an animal. Like, screw you and screw your age, you got nothing on me. Yeah. Which is why I will generally bow to someone who has experience in a field. Because, you know, experience teaches a lot more than, oh, there's the button I was missing. Yeah, experience is a really good teacher, but experience and knowledge gained through that is not automatic with age. Fair enough. Waste treatment, mission 7. Knowledge in question here being how to regulate your emotions. You know, something you're supposed to be able to do by the time you're in school to some extent at least. Yeah. Supposed to be able to do and not really fly off handlebound. Okay. Times change and sometimes knowledge gained through age is useless. Yeah. And also the whole thing about, you know, being older meaning you're more experienced really goes out of the window when you've got the internet as a resource. Because like I have at my fingertips, I can type something into Google and start researching nearly any subject that's given to me at any opportunity. Which, you know, is going to be, you know, more effective at getting info on a topic than someone who is just, you know, just older than me. Like, I don't know, for example, like, just because I've been playing Doom since it was actually released doesn't mean that I'm not going to. Doesn't mean that, you know, I suddenly think that I know more about Doom than anyone else. I don't claim to be a Doom aficionado, I'm an enthusiastic fan. But, you know, anyone could go online, do research and looking into stuff about Doom. They could probably find out more about Doom than I know. Depending on, you know, it doesn't even matter about age at that point. Then that's just, you know, straight, this person's done their research, I have experience, but I don't have experience in the full field that they are talking about, so, yeah. All no classified human knowledge, both dumb and smart as fingertips. Yeah. And, you know, some previously classified knowledge comes out as well, seeing as, you know, NDAs eventually expire. Well, a lot do. And some people just, you know, say, you know what, that NDA thing that I, you know, agreed on? Nah. Just, you know, suddenly happen to publish the results or stuff that they know under the NDA, but do it in a way that doesn't, you know, it's not exactly clear who did it, and you can't bring liability down on them saying, oh, you did this. Prove it. The thing is, weirdly, I've actually been under an NDA, but mine was more of a general one rather than, you know, a specific thing. I don't know, you will not talk about what where you work thing. It was basically because I worked in the financial sector and had access to people's financial records. I had to sign away a NDA saying that I would not make any of these things public, or, you know, talk about them to other people. Moto says, wouldn't have knowledge limited to like knowledge and sense of facts about life and the world. I mean, more like how to be a balanced human. I obviously lack a lot of knowledge. Like, please, you're helpless in many aspects, but you won't contemplate literally killing an animal just because it wasn't trained properly by its owner. Just, yeah, that's another thing. Like, you know, different people have different experiences, and experience is partially, you know, given by environment and upbringing. So someone who has had a much more empathetic upbringing will have... Oh, right. Yeah, like someone who has a higher level of empathy and was raised with a high level of empathy would say, well, no, it's not. That's not what you do. That's not how you behave at all. Whereas someone who has less of that will, their opinion will be, well, why not? So, you know, X theme belongs to me. Why can't I have ultimate power over it? Because, you know, some people aren't like that. Mal says, the best thing was discovering the test you were sitting had a published answer page on Google. I am too old for that to have ever happened. Fun fact, any test I've ever sat, Google Answers wasn't even a thing. Google was barely a thing when I was still in education. Back in the days where search engines were less reliable and there was more options. So you know, if you back when I was in school, if you wanted the answers to a test, you actually had to, you know, either, you know, somehow get hold of the syllabus, and, you know, without the internet that's pretty difficult, or you actually, you know, had to go to the library and do research, because the library was better than the internet in those times for getting information. And I realised that phrasing it in that way makes me sound even older than I actually am. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I am kind of old. I feel it. But at the same time, me saying it that way, oh, that really got me. That really got me good on sounding like a real old person. See, it wasn't even his dog, it was his neighbour's dog. Apparently the neighbours weren't around for whatever, and like, okay, whatever, I get the dog's annoying you by barking, but if that's your emotional stability around your children, then yeah, that's not okay. Like, you don't make those kind of decisions about someone else's pet. You know? Oh, I don't know. It's the whole thing of like, I don't like this, therefore it, you know, it must then conform to what makes me comfortable and what I like. So that's a real bad way of existing and looking at the world. Oh yeah, didn't you actually go on here and explore properly? That'd be why. See, that's why you're so still so out about the whole situation. Like, imagine if you hadn't gotten him and talked to him to re-examine his out of control impulses. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, if he had done it, then, you know, I'd get the police involved. Because at the very least, he would have to take possession of the person's dog in order to, you know, drive it somewhere to have it be put down. And, you know, at the very least, he end for theft on that. You know, obviously, you know, prevention is better. The prevention is better that you did, Emoto. Definitely the better result there. But, you know, if he had, he would not have, you know, gotten away with just doing that. You learning about this now wants to know if the dog is okay. I believe so. Like, you know, it was, you know, the neighbour was trying to make this happen. 10 stopped it from happening and got the guy to, you know, reassess his impulses and emotions. And the dog is fine because, you know, the neighbour's, you know, now back home with the dog, because as far as I know, this is actually not recent, like not within the last few days. It's been a little while since this happened. It just, you know, it still gets to 10 because, you know, why wouldn't it? It better be as you've been quiet and you generally got mad at the guy who wants to do that. Oh yeah, don't worry. I'm with you on that. I am definitely 100% with you on that. I really have no time or patience or anything like that. I've got no understanding or love for people who have no respect or care for animals. So, I mean, yeah, she's just pointing out how her, a 24-year-old someone with borderline personality disorder, you know, same with me, you know, a person whose literal diagnosis is basically mood swings and issues is still more in control of impulses than an adult parent and 2 children. Yeah. And TIE fight again. I have no idea what you're doing, Mal, but yeah, generally my experience has been, I failed at a part of a boss fight, do I have to do the entire thing again? I have to do the entire thing again. I have no idea what that's doing, but it's definitely moving things. And the motor confirms, as far as she knows, nothing happened to the dog. Didn't get updates after that on the dog, but I talked him out of harming the dog. So there we go. That's good. It was a long enough-ish time ago, but you still find it upsetting to even talk about. Understandable. Don't blame you in the slightest being upset about that, because there's no excuse for that kind of behaviour. Oh, jeez. What on earth is with this now? Someone just chucking loads and loads of enemies at me. Was this made by the Deathest author? I'm not even at the end of the this isn't even the end of the episode. I might not actually even finish episode 1 on this stream. Wow. 2 hours of gameplay. And I wasn't even, you know, on... You know, I'd already started this mod when I first started the stream. This is crazy. Okay, I'm not sure no idea what all that was. I'm so glad I looked the other way after seeing that at Imp. Because, nope. Cuter demon you may be, but you don't get to chomp me in the behind. Hey? What did all that do then? Yeah, I can't actually see anything that's changed in all that. Maybe... No, that's just a weird glitch on the map. I've not got anything else. Well, that's opened up, but... Well, oh no, I've not been here. Because it's teleported now. Nope. I have been here, just, you know, that teleporter is now an exit point, maybe? I really have no idea where to go. And this is the reason why this map, this mod pack is taking so long, because it's just so convoluted, so maze-like. It's not an inherently bad thing. It's just, you know, just. I don't know what to do. Don't know where to go. Like, knowing me and knowing, you know, what I've done with these things so far is like I've missed something. I've missed something very small and minute. I'm going to kick myself when I find out what it is. But I've missed something. Okay, there's something. Fight done, damn boss. Nicely done, Mal. No, that's not something. I thought you were already there. Nope, I actually don't know where to go. I'm trying to, you know, retrace my steps and go back through slowly to see if I've missed something, but I can't see that I am. I don't even know where I'm going. Definitely don't know where I am supposed to be now. The legendary artifact relic cuts your health by 75%. Increases your luck, rare drop out, so you can melee regain ammo. But health loss, I wouldn't take it. Personally, I would not take it, not with that health loss. Most of it's not even an animal person, like, you never had animals around you, but you feel you're really not okay with that situation. When I looked through previous conversations, there were no further updates that he gave you, and he's currently not online, so you can't ask, but yeah, she gets you. Yep. Maybe there's something in here that I've missed. Oh well, there's you. You're something I've missed. Ah, this is actually something. That would be good on a build like Shield Mode, who already cuts her own health to 1% with a perk and puts it all into Shield. Actually, not only that, because she loses max health. Yeah, because then you'd be losing the amount of shield that you put in. What on earth? I can't. I don't even know. I really don't even know now. Oh wait, that's a red door. There we go. The map is confusing as all hell. It is. I mean, this whole map pack just is confusion. Still not as bad as Deathless. Nowhere near as bad as Deathless. Deathless was just, ridiculous. With enemies being everywhere. And loads of them. Deathless was near enough a step down from just being a slaughter map, and don't really find all that much joy in slaughter maps. And I get that, some people do, but really? What just hit me there? A Baron of Hell? You know what? You guys are just going to eat rockets now. Great. Now I lost most of my health. Got your favourite relic? Sliding releases buzzsaws. Exploding buzzsaws. Wow. I just... Wow. How this is happening, I don't even know. And the map isn't helpful because it's not even showing the labyrinth of this. And there's me like, you can slide in Borderlands 3? Yep. Yeah, got an SMG in Borderlands 3, and it said, oh, you have a chunk of more bonus damage while sliding. And my reaction was, you can slide in this game? So yeah. I don't use the slide function in games all that much. It goes completely against my playstyle, because sliding is basically aggressively getting towards the enemy a lot faster and being able to shoot whilst you're doing it. So that, yeah, nah, nah. I don't even do it in Titanfall 2. In fact, then again, in Titanfall 2, I very rarely wall run as well. Like, wall running I do for navigation purposes and getting around the map. Never do it in a fight. Game, buzzsaw damage, 1. Better not be 1. Well, maybe the buzzsaw itself only does 1, but then you get the explosion damage, multiplies that exponentially. Oh, and just for clarification, Ed, I wasn't ignoring you through that. I was reading what you were saying. It's just I thought, it sounded... it seemed like it's quite a personal thing of yours, so I didn't think you'd want it to be read out loud for all of chat to hear, and all all viewers. Motor's realising again just how she's quite possibly way too forgiving. You don't know how to feel, Moto. I know how you should feel. You should feel like you should go to bed. Buzzsaw does no damage to the target dummy. Guess the test on actual enemies. Best of luck. Oh wait, that's where I need to get to. How the blooming buggering Betsy do I get in there? Probably through here. Yep, it was through here. Oh look, that now opens. Okay, and then just, you know, more enemies! Of course, more enemies! Because you can't open up something new in Doom without throwing more enemies. So, you know, Sue rather up out to sleep, going back to that old conversation, got you back into some things you gotta sort out now. Ah. Best of luck with sorting that, sorting those out. Mal, the ogre returned in Borderlands 3, and the red text says it's all ogre now. Oh wow! I do like that the human's still there in Borderlands 3. I just realised it's almost 7. You were supposed to be doing these things at 6. Oh, sorry. I hope it's not that time sensitive, and you can still do what you need to do. I've laid off AK that shoots mini torpedoes at a high fire rate. Oh, I remember that. I'm very certain I had that in Borderlands 1 or maybe 2. That thing was just silliness incarnate. It was so fun. But again, with, you know, explosions in Borderlands 1 and 2 being no actual particular damage element, apart from, I think in 2 it got its own damage element. But still didn't qualify as being elemental damage, and me being an elemental build siren in both games, not conducive for how I play the game. Not in the least. I've completely forgotten how to get back there again. Feels like a modified Fallout 4 gun. Yeah, I can see that. I can see how that would be. So, you're just an hour late, so some people might be slightly annoyed or question why you're late. You can probably guess what you meant to do. You meant to start streaming, didn't you, Ed? So you say to have a great stream. You too, Ed. Thanks for coming along, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm actually going to get to finish this level now, I hope. Before the end of the stream, this level will be finished, and I've gone completely the wrong way. Not completely, I've just gone slightly the wrong way. So here I need to go, so I can go outside. This is really, really complex and expansive. See you later, Ed. Have a good stream. And oh, I nearly fell into lava there. That would have been a rage quit. That would have been a definite rage quit. In fact, actually, before I go into here, I'm going to save. I actually think it works better than your corrosive AK because it can proc as an AoE. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that working. Please let this be the end. Please let it be leading to the exit. I think with relation to the Nier Automata difficulty, I'm going to have to... Whoa, okay. Post the question out on social media and see what people think. Oh. Okay, that's a very weird broken door. I will finish this mission. I will. This mission will be finished by the end of the stream. Even if I have to extend the stream, I am finishing this mission. Oh, this is expansive. This area is massive. This area does not need to be massive. This area just needs to be the end of the level. Why is this a thing? Oh, okay, just throwing pinkies at me as well now. Cool. Cool. And a cuter demon. Really? You love Amara, so you're told to go talk to Vaughn to initiate the end game stuff, and she just went blood feud in a very hype voice. I'm a massive fan of Amara as well. Why did it just put me back here? There's something down here now? Oh, don't tell me that's just added, doubled the level in size because now I've got, toxic stuff removed. Really? Please, no. Please just be a small little extra bit. Please. Well, there's a blue door there at least. In a way, this actually is somewhat a stroke of genius because fitting this amount of content into such a small map, it's not easy. At the same time, let me finish the level. You're not usually a fan of Sirens. You never played 1. You just like Maya in 2 because her phase lock was meh. Phase lock works better in multiplayer, or against big bosses. Like against massive bosses that can't actually be phase locked, just the solid damage that she does. Oh, that takes a chunk out. That takes a big chunk out. What was that now? Why? Oh, I could have got the blue key because I can open this door. But Mara just works. Even her phase lock rip-off works better. Yeah. I have to say that Lilith used to be my favourite Siren. I am really starting to reconsider that with Amara. I'm starting to think Amara's definitely my favourite. What on earth? Why? Why on earth? No. No, no, no. What is this? How many barons? What was Lilith's power in 1? Phase walk. How many barons? Enough of them, apparently. Yeah, phase walk. So she basically pulls herself into the phase dimension, gains massively increased movement speed, completely invisible, and you can either cancel it by pressing the action button again, or it runs out naturally, or by melee striking. Melee striking adds bonus damage to if you do so. You can unlock certain perks for it, so that when you come out of phase lock, you do an elemental explosion. You can combine that with the Firehawk ability, which basically means all of the fire damage you do is exponentially increased. So you combine that with a fire build, with your weaponry, and also with what your skills are, and she just melts things. Like, literally, you're standing next to a boss, you can just double tap the action button, and then boom. Emoto, slump, flump, grump for hugs. I'm going to see what this is. 61 enemies! Are you taking the piss? Probably yes. I'm going to, just trigger this encounter and see what it's like. We'll see what they do with, the boss encounter of this mission. You what? Two cyber demons! Two cyber demons! And it looks like I'm going to have to navigate to the 4 extreme corners of this entire area. There's no way I can do this. There's no way I can legit kill everything in this. I'm sorry, that was another Cyber Demon activation. And 2 more? What? Oh, crushers. Of course there's going to be crushers. So I'm guessing press all the skull buttons, that skull door drops and leaves me to the exit. I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. That's not a boss fight. That's not a boss fight. That's just pointless challenge. Because the best thing I've got is I have a rocket launcher with 29 rockets. I have no plasma rifle, no BFG. I have limited stuff, and they are expecting me to fight, from what I heard, 5 or 6 cyber demons. Why? Why? What is the point of having that as the ending to a mission? Or the end of an episode? I don't actually want to do that. That's just... Why? I don't get why. Because you're the Doom guy. I mean, yeah. Put me in that situation in Doom 2016 or Eternal. That would probably be so much more reasonable. But not in this. Not when I can get 1 or 2 shots by half of the enemies there. No. I honestly think that next week, when I go back to this, I'm just going to skip ahead to the next episode, because this is the end of episode 1. Just going to go, screw it. You've seen what the end of episode 1 is going to be like. Jump onto episode 2 and hope it's not more of the same. But that's for next week, and this will be where I'm calling the stream for now. I have already saved at the beginning the map, so that's completely fine. Next stream, I believe, is tonight at 1 AM, and I'm very, very certain that it's Dark Souls 3. I'm going to double check because I can never, ever, ever trust my memory on this. At this point in time, I should probably just bring my my schedule up at the same time as I bring everything else up beforehand, so I can just quickly refer to it. New schedule. Yes, I was right. Yep, tonight at 1 AM is Dark Souls 3. Continuing with Ring City, and I'm not going to finish it this stream. I'm definitely not, but I'm going to try and get further in it, because there's like 3 bosses still. Yeah, so I've got 3 bosses, and then I've finished the entirety of Dark Souls 3. But yeah, this has been fun. So thank you all very much for coming along and showing your support and interacting. It's always appreciated, as always, as ever. And I will hopefully see you for tonight's stream, which is in 6 hours? Yeah, I think 6 hours. So 6 hours from now I'll be back again with, as I might have said, more Parade of Yikes. Yep. But until then, hope everyone has a good next to the 6 hours, or if you're not going to be here for the next stream, then a good rest of your day, or end of your day, whichever it is for you. But until next time, stay safe. See you later.